again, we have, you know, a very limited number of kids that have been in the program a lot. So some young guys are going to have to develop, you know, and that might be redshirt sophomores, redshirt freshmen, whatever the case may be. I think the experience that they're going to get in practice, and then understanding the concept of the offense or the defense, as well as what the offense is trying to do. If you have a player that understands protections, then he knows the weakness and the area that we can attack those. So, you know, I think it's going to be a process of development, gaining confidence, getting experience through reps, and I think it's going to be a gradual process. I think coaches reference the fact that, you know, some of our best teams have kind of slowly grown, and during the month of September we're in the developmental phase, and then when they hit October, November, that's when they really kind of grew and developed. I'm not saying that will happen, but there's a possibility certainly that they could get that experience in the practice and then on the field.
We've seen the October peak a little bit on the offensive line. It's almost like you guys have that bye in October.
Right.
You've hit your stride a little bit with young developmental teams. Do you think the same can happen on the defensive line side, or is it just a different beast altogether?
No, I don't think it's any different at all. I really think it's all very similar. I think the fundamentals are the same, as someone mentioned earlier: leverage, footwork, technique. It's all so much the same thing. And I think our guys are right now are enjoying the challenge and the opportunity to go ahead and work as a unit and group, and they know that, you know, they know that they're under a little bit of a microscope.
Reese, in the past, there hasn't been much. There haven't been many true freshmen that got to play. I think Christian Ballard might have been one. Do you have any hesitancy throwing in a Jaleel Johnson or Fake Cackety right off the bat?
Right now, we got to make sure we get our guys from here to the practice field and learn and so forth. But certainly, our young guys have got some ability, some talent. But you know, they have quite a ways to go. We can't tell. We're not in a position right now to evaluate their talents and so forth. But certainly coming in, they have some raw ability and have a great attitude. They're great young men. They work their tails off, and you know, they're ahead of where some of the other guys that are currently on our team were when they came in. They're at that stage in their careers right now where they're further ahead, but that's a long ways off.
Talk about Carl Davis, and is he finally in shape that you think that he's in playing shape?
I think Carl's going to be one of those good stories. Carl really had a good summer from what Chris has told us. He wasn't able to get reps during the spring, but he was actively involved, really doing a great job of mentoring and teaching our younger guys. Consequently, when you know it so well that you can help teach it, you learn it better yourself. So Carl's come up with that. That being said, Carl still is in a developmental stage. He hasn't played a lot. The grind, so forth, all those things are going to be a real big challenge for Carl, but I think he's going to play a key role for us.
Looked like he lacked a little bit of confidence last year at times. You know, how do you straighten that out with somebody like him?
I think confidence comes through repetitions of doing the same thing and knowing things, knowledge, repetitions, information, going against our guys. I think it's a great challenge. We have an outstanding offensive line. For us to go against them each and every day. And then the challenge is, how did you look on tape this day? Okay, we made the corrections. What are you doing? How are you going to look the next day? Is it going to be better? How about the little technique things? Is there a plan? You know, have you written it down in your notebook? Are you studying things? And it's no different than teaching somebody anything in the classroom, you know. But the application's a little different, and your test is a little bit different because you got about 70,000 people watching you take that test.